All right, all right. We are back in beautiful Belmar, New Jersey, and we have two very special guests on today. From Accurate Billing Group, we have Anthony and Toni Ann. How are you guys today?
Thanks for having us. We're well. How are you?
Excellent. You guys are new to be Wingman clients. You know Sherry from a past life, and when she came over here, she said that you guys needed some help with some advertising. So I am grateful to have you as clients. And then when Dave and Sherry were telling me your story, I said, why don't we reach out to them and see about getting them on the podcast, because you have a good story.
And we appreciate it.
So we have a little prop today. They were nice enough to bring me a shirt, and I will be wearing that. And it's a nice soft shirt too. So let's talk about ABG, which stands for Accurate Billing Group. Very nice and simple. People can't mess that up. And for those of you that know Chef Mike, who comes on our podcast, he has Chef ABG. Different concept. He's in the restaurant game. These guys are in the medical billing game. You know Chef Mike?
I don't.
He had a restaurant in Seaside, and he's now opening one in Point Pleasant.
Okay.
Great guy. He loves to podcast. He's got a little following down in Ocean County. So
I'll have to look into the copyright infringement just in case.
There you go. So tell me about how you guys got started in this, and kind of where you've gone.
Well, we started 6 years ago? A little over 6 years ago. Right at the beginning of COVID. We started off small. We wanted to help the smaller providers that needed help.
Sure.
Because nobody was out there helping them. The providers, they go to medical school, they come out and they hang a shingle on the side of the wall and they say we're open for business, and that's the extent of it.
But they're not in the billing game.
They're not.
They're doctors. They're physicians. They're chiropractors. They're mental health providers. They're not running the back office of a business.
Yes, and we've had people come to us and say, we haven't been paid in 9 and 10 months.
Wow.
What's going on? And we take a look at everything. We kind of do an audit, and they're not registered with insurance companies, so they're just sending claims to the insurance company, and they just kind of go off a cliff and never get handled, never get processed.
And I feel like, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like if you're not on top of it, then it's just going to keep continuing to mound up, and you're going to continue just to kind of lose traction and steam on it, because it's one of those things I feel like it needs constant attention.
It does.
Yes,
it does.
That's 100% correct.
And that's what we're doing. We're constantly, when we have a client, a doctor, whatever it is, we're in that account constantly.
Yeah.
And we're keeping an eye on what's getting paid, what's not getting paid.
So starting at COVID, was there a reason that you started at COVID, or that just kind of how it just started happening?
Kind of fell into place, right?
It did,
as far as starting.
yes. Mm-hmm.
And
I started years and years and years ago.
Okay.
So I've been medical billing for a long time. So I did it with a friend of mine, and then she took the business and she went and she started, and I went out to do other things.
Okay.
And then I came back to it with her. She was winding down at COVID, and we just started at COVID. So it just helped us. And then we had the niche of mental health.
How did you find that niche, or did it just come to you, or how did that match get made?
it just kind of
Telehealth.
Yeah.
Telehealth
Okay.
opened up a huge pathway for us.
Okay.
Because you can't do a chiropractic visit, telehealth.
Yeah.
But all these mental health providers went out on their own.
Yeah.
And they needed a lot of help.
And
so
it
we
just-
took the person who had one client. And we
And
still do.
you don't mind taking a small client as much as, as a client's a client.
Client's a client.
You don't
Yes.
mind if it's a smaller client, larger client. You just want to get in there, do the work great.
Yes.
And that's what we do. We just, because a lot of billing companies won't take a small client.
Okay.
And if they do, they have some astronomical minimum
Yep.
that small provider can't afford.
Yeah, and then it becomes not practical for them.
Sure.
That's great that you're able to take that small client on, because again, some of those small clients, one, they grow into bigger clients. Two, they refer you to other people that they know, and three, it still keeps you running. It's still part of the cash flow game.
Sure. And
We've built businesses.
yes,
We've
most of our small
Yes.
clients have grown.
Yes.
Which makes you grow as
Yes,
a matter of
yep,
course.
yep.
Because they grow, you grow.
Yes.
Again, we've had some clients that, came right out of the gate. They didn't, never had a website, never had this, never had that, and then they become, they have 4 or 5 products with us. They, we do their ads, we do their website, we manage their hosting, we do this, we do the updates. So I can totally understand that. And again, some clients stay those small clients, but others grow into bigger larger clients.
Yes, and now that we're growing, we're starting to see a lot of larger clients come our way, and it runs the gamut.
They
of
notice you now.
mental health, plastic surgeons, internal medicine, OBGYNs, pulmonologists. Yeah, I mean it's a lot.
That's great.
We take
So-
everybody
We
except
take
dental.
everybody.
Except dental.
No-
We
no
don't do
dental.
dental.
Why no dental?
It's just a
The
different
tooth
animal.
claws. We can't handle the tooth claws. Too much work.
Okay.
It's just a different animal.
It is. It's just a lot.
Yep, understood. I think when they sell us our health insurance through, our company, dental is its own entity on.
Yes.
It usually is.
And that's
It
probably
is.
why. It sounds
is.
like there's a
usually
reason
is.
for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
That's
So now, looking back 6 years ago to where you are today, what are some of the hustles? What are some of the struggles? What are some of the triumphs and victories and wins?
so.
Hustles every day.
Yeah,
The hustle is every day.
The hustle's every day.
The hustle is every day. We're husband and wife.
Yep.
I don't know if that makes it easier or harder. I think it makes it easier.
I think so.
But I think some of the challenges, we thought it was going to be COVID, but it turned out to be a win for us.
Okay. Great.
There's some companies out there when it comes to mental health. They started very large group practices, and we thought it was going to kind of swallow us up
Okay.
because a lot of these mental health providers were jumping over to this group practice because it was easy.
Yeah.
They get paid every 2 weeks. There's no back and forth with the insurance company to credential, to get registered with the insurance company. And we're actually seeing the complete opposite now, where they're leaving those big group practices and truly
coming
going
over.
on their own. And they need a lot of help doing that.
Some of that private equity kind of come into the bigger practices. It doesn't work everywhere, and I think
No.
that and I think also a lot of these professionals. I know I a doctor friend of mine that I know from Brielle.
Does he need billing?
I'll ask him.
You ask him.
I know he was in on his own for 25 years. Went to this bigger conglomerate,
Yep.
and he didn't like the fact. Yes, he got paid every 2 weeks, and yes, he got but they expected different things, and he ran his business and how he ran his business for 25 years, and all of a sudden it wasn't him doing the right thing by his client. Now it was about how many appointments he was booking
Yep.
a day, and
Yes.
I think every business owner starts their business and works 24/7, like we were talking about off camera. But then when they get bought up and the goal is to get bought up by private equity or get bought up by a larger person and have that exit. But on the other side is if they stay around, I don't think that that's what they signed up for.
Yeah.
And I think that it
totally
sounds
different.
good at
Yes.
the time. Again, you got the gray hairs and the hustles and struggles of running a business, making the payroll, doing all those things. But then, is that really what they wanted? Because that's not really what they started the business for. And again, it sounds. We have a couple clients that were absorbed by private equity, and I don't know that they all love it. I think a couple of them have exited completely.
Yep.
And I always said the day that I sell Wingman, I've said I'm giving up my cell phone because I don't want it anymore, because I'm never gonna the company that comes in after me is never gonna run it like I run
And
it.
you don't want to see that.
And I don't want to see it. I don't
No.
want to know about it. And please never
I
show me the
agree with
Google
that.
reviews after that, because I'm very proud of the Google reviews of our 3 locations, and we have 250 5-star Google reviews, and I'm blessed and proud of the team and everything we've accomplished. But the day that someone else comes in, they're never going to run it and care.
Yep.
So
feel the exact
I'm
same
the
way.
guy who has to leave.
Yep.
I'm not. Don't keep me on that payroll.
No.
We're approached probably 2 times a quarter to sell,
Yeah.
and we haven't entertained it, and we're not going to.
I entertained it once. It was the best decision. I didn't sell. And I get email inquiries and contacts now, and I always say to I have a canned response. I said, I'm still too early I'm still in the early innings of the game. I'm not ready to
Yep.
speak to you. And I say to them, reach out to me in 5 to 7 years.
Maybe.
And then maybe that's the time.
Maybe. But it's your baby. You grow it.
It exactly.
And we
And
have.
that's how we feel. Yeah.
And that's
we grew
awesome.
it.
That's such a great feeling. Like
It
knowing
is.
that when you look back, like I think sometimes you're in the hustle and you're in the fight and you don't like appreciate where you've been and where and where you've come from.
Because you're just constantly looking forward and moving forward, and you try not to lose sight of that, and
Yeah, you
kinda
have to
slow
sometimes.
down.
You have to sometimes kind of look back and go,
Yes.
wow, imagine that. Like again, I feel the same way as you. We're going into next month 17 years as
Yeah.
wingman. So I mean, it's been a long road. I remember quitting my job and saying, "Oh, I could do it better." And at the time, I said to one of our first employees, and I brought her up on a podcast recently, and I said to Tony, I said, "I don't think we're ever going to leave my kitchen table. We're going to it's going to be the two of us working at the kitchen table." And I think and that's good enough for me. I said, if you don't want to do this is 11 years ago. She's with me. I said to her, Tony, if you don't want to do this, like, I don't think I'm going to get any bigger. Now, like, we have a building in Manasquan, we have this building, we have a franchise in Middletown. So, like, it's totally changed. We've totally changed our minds. And as each time, and I kind of laugh, when I say, like, I said to my wife too. I said when we were first looking, I said, I'm never going to have office rent. I'm never going to have a building. I'm never going to have. So let's buy a bigger house because we'll have offices in our house.
We'll have extra space.
And now I don't even think I was in my house 6 months before we moved out.
It does. It goes quick. It grows
does.
quick, and
does.
that's.
But we work at it every
Yes.
day. Every day.
Yes, it's a lot of
You
work.
get
Well,
up and
it's
do
worth it.
something.
And the beautiful thing is, like, I feel like since in your world, there's a lot of people that could use your help. Like, there's no shortage of leads for you guys.
There's not. There's not.
There's
It's
not.
a very focused, pinpoint. We're not. You can't blanket a whole area
No.
because it's very specific.
It's very targeted.
Yes, and I think we've done a pretty good job thus far.
We have.
And then
The
bringing-
conferences, we're doing the NASW conference again in April, which
Awesome.
we're excited for.
which is down in Atlantic City
in
at the
Atlantic
Hard Rock.
City.
That's cool.
It's a 3-day mental health
Uh-huh.
conference. We did pretty well last year, so
We
we're
meet
going
a
to do
lot
it
of
again
people.
April 28th, I think it is.
Something like that.
We're looking to do probably a chiropractic conference, hopefully this year,
Uh-huh.
and we're just going to keep it moving forward.
I love it. And you run some ads, you do SEO to help generate people to your website.
Yes.
So you've taken advantage of the digital space. You're doing the conferences and shows to get you out there face to face. And it seems like you've never met a stranger. So I think you're fine talking at those shows.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of our new clients over the past 5 years have been referrals
Okay.
from our current clients. So I mean, to me, that speaks volumes
Yeah, definitely.
for sure.
Now, in the world that's changing by the day, you have AI. You hear AI all the time. And I'm sure there's some people that have said, hey, AI can do this medical billing. What's your thought process on that?
I mean, people actually ask us that often.
Often.
I don't think it's going to affect us at all.
Good.
There's talk that AI is getting involved with the insurance companies processing the claims.
Okay.
And we actually see an issue because you see more denied or rejected claims. I think because AI is supposedly processing some of these claims.
Sure.
And you need more than AI, at least at this point. I mean, maybe at some point it'll be perfect and
But-
the claims will get processed correctly, but
It's
we're
going
still
to
going
be
to
a
be
slow
needed.
go.
And what happens, like, it's just for the audience, like, what happens if a claim gets denied? Like, so somebody hires you guys to say, hey, here are all the reimbursements from the insurance companies, right? So now, when they get denied, they come back with like a reason. How does that work?
They do come back with a reason.
Okay.
But when you're accurate billing, your denials are about 2% a month.
Wow. So 98% you're getting through.
Yes, 30% is the national average for the outstanding.
So
So we're coming in at 2%.
all right, we'll go back to
Two,
we'll go back
three.
to AI in a minute. I want to talk about this now. So if the national average is 30, how are you at
Two.
such a different? Like,
Because we're
we
in there
start-
every day.
And we start, the
Clean.
front end is doing insurance verifications.
okay.
So we take the patient's information and we verify the benefits.
Okay.
By doing that, you're making sure you have all the correct information on that claim when it gets sent to the insurance company. By doing that, you're just setting yourself up
For success.
correct.
I remember there was one day about a year ago. I don't know what happened. We were changing insurance providers, and like 2 days before we were supposed to be off the plan, they cut us. So like they took us. So we came back inactive, but we were in my mind we were still active until one of the employees said to me, "We're inactive. I couldn't get a prescription." And like now I'm calling the company, and it was something like, I forget what it was. It was like we were ending on the 1st, and it was like on the 27th or 26th. And like all of a sudden they said we were inactive. So it was like, and then they had to put us back on
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Like-
we're catching that.
Like I hate, but when you're an employer, you think your employees are getting health care because again, you
course.
made the premium payment. So in your mind, you don't know that something happens. And they never called me and said, oh, you're inactive, or, oh, there's a problem, or there's a glitch in the system. An employee had to tell me, and I was like, it makes me look like a moron.
And by doing that insurance verification, it limits that.
It
Yep.
limits that.
So
So, and we're working those accounts every
So
single
on the
day.
front end, you're verifying, so you know that it's gonna, that they have insurance, so that we're gonna take one obstacle away.
correct.
But it's still got to get through the claims.
Then it goes to the claims. Now, on that 30% average, are these other larger billing companies just not taking the time to do that front end work?
Honestly, a lot is sent overseas.
Oh.
So, so the national average rate is about 7%. So typically, a billing company charges 7%.
Okay.
If you're using the percent model. You get a provider and say, well, I just spoke to somebody, they're going to charge me 3%. Why are you charging me 7%? And we tell them, just look into that company and see where your information is going. And oftentimes, it's going to Pakistan,
Philippines.
you name it.
You know,
And all the information is going over there. They're processing it, and we hear a lot of complaints that they're not going back and checking denied or
Yep.
rejected claims. They're just letting them sit, and they're just pushing new claims forward because it's easier to push new claims forward
Yeah.
than take
work
care of
on
the
the other.
troublesome
Yeah.
ones.
you know what you guys need for that show you're doing? You need an apple and an orange on your table.
That's
and
it.
say, make sure that you're looking at this apples to apples.
Yeah,
And then
It's true.
You know,
I like that.
You have the orange, and maybe you put Pakistan, Philippines on, and then the apple.
Outsourced billing.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
So
outsourced
I look at that, and again, in my world, the same thing. There's some guy who tells the customer, oh, I could build this website for this, or I could make this for this, and again, it's not. Oh, and I say to people right up front, look, make sure it's apples to apples,
Yeah.
and again, make sure for yourself. Like again, these they're hiring you or another company to get paid. So like it might be less, but if you're not going to get that money, or you're going to have money on the street for however long,
Yes.
What is that worth?
Agreed. I'm 100%.
Yes.
We had a client call us back yesterday. They called us about 2 weeks ago, and she said, "You guys are high. You're high." And she just signed the contract this morning. She came back and said, "You get what
It's
you pay
worth-
for, and I see what's out there."
Yeah.
I always say, you want to be the Mercedes Benz. You want the finer things. You're going to deal with it. It might cost a little bit, but you're going to get the right product at the end of the day.
Yes. So, but again, yeah, we do the billing, but it's not just billing, right? So it's insurance verification, the billing. We do the insurance credentialing, which is some people call paneling,
Okay.
which is basically registering and bringing that provider in network with that insurance company, which is a lot of paperwork, a lot of time.
We do consulting.
Consulting.
That's been taking off a little bit more now. People
Yes.
want us to get in their businesses, and give recommendations on what they should and shouldn't do.
The more that you
So-
know about their business, the better you're going to be at your job.
Yes.
Yes. So we like that part too.
Yep.
It mixes it up a little bit.
So one thing I didn't ask, is it just the two of you guys, or do you have a team?
We have 4 employees.
Okay.
And it's us. We're definitely full-time. The employees are part-time. But we're in, every account. We're working on every account because it's our baby.
Yep.
So we need to know what's going on. We need to have hands-on.
I love it. I love that, dedication to the business. And again, now being a husband and wife, you said earlier you think was an advantage. How do you guys decide when there's a conflict? Who's right? I mean, happy wife, happy life.
She's always right.
She's always all right. So you know that. All
Yes,
right. So
yes.
Again, I mean
She's always right.
you're always right.
Okay.
Goes without saying. That's great though.
No,
But-
oftentimes, in the beginning it was a little rough because we were kind of working through things.
We were.
I think I might have left the business 2 or 3 times.
I might have fired him. I don't
2
know.
or 3 times.
2 or 3 times.
But we just kind of worked through it, and now we have a really good balance. And
we like
gonna
to say
keep it
to
that
each
way.
other, "Let me know when you can talk," instead of trying to talk over
yes,
one another.
that's the
That's a-
cue.
That's the
a
cue.
good way to go
Let
about
me
it.
know when
I
you
like
can
it.
talk.
All right.
And
So-
it gives you a minute to finish your email or finish your phone call or
Yes, 100%. So
get yourself together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now, what's the plan? What's the future plans? Because you started from ground zero. You have 4 part-timers plus you 2. Where's
going.
what's next?
Keep
Keep
moving
going.
forward. We're expanding into upstate New York with a location, and we're just going to keep moving forward and growing. It makes us super happy to be able to hire somebody, right?
Yep.
Whether it be part-time or full-time, but to hire somebody local, it's a good feeling because you're putting money in their pocket.
Yep. Spending money locally.
Yes.
Quick question now. Can you do work in all 50 states, or is this a state by
do.
state? Okay.
We do,
All right.
and we have clients from California to New York, Florida.
So
all
there's
over.
no, like, once you could do medical billing, you could do it. It's not like a governance or a.
No,
No.
certain states have requirements, like the state of New Jersey, you have to be listed on the banking insurance website,
Okay.
and it has a list of third-party billers.
Okay.
And that's another avenue we go down, when somebody says, well, you're too expensive, or I could get it cheaper, we always tell them, go to New Jersey Banking Insurance and take a look and see if that person you're gonna hire is on that list. Because we're vetted by the state of New Jersey. And that's, to me, that's important.
Definitely. Now, when you go into New York, is there any special things you have to do there, or can you get
New
started?
York, no.
Okay.
No.
That's great. And when do you plan to open the New York?
We're hoping in a few months.
Few months.
Yeah.
Good.
Got a little work to do over
Yes,
there, and
yep.
then we'll make it look nice. Accurate
Yes.
billing, nice.
So that's the
Excellent.
plan.
We're excited.
That's great. I love to hear this. This is great success. And I think I like the story. This is I'm thankful that Sherry and Dave recommended you guys to come on and you get to tell the story online.
Yeah, we're grateful for having us.
Thank you.
Awesome. So as we wrap up today, let people know where they can find you, if it's your website, your social, your phone number, whatever it is. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
I think the easiest way is our website, which is www.abgnj.com. All of our socials are on there. Phone number. Feel free to reach out if you need us.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you very
again for
much.
coming
Thank
on
you.
today. This
We
was a great
appreciate it.
conversation.